Welcome to another Rod Talks Radio. How we doing today?
Hey, I'm feeling pretty good. How about you?
Oh, this is Andrea. She's this amazing woman that keeps me going here. She helps me do a lot of things and put together a lot of things, and I have some exciting news to tell her.
Oh, yeah? What's that exciting news?
Did you ever hear of the Grabovoi numbers?
Yeah. I've heard you talk a lot about those.
Well, the Grabovoi Foundation actually sent me a message wanting me to help them with their webinar.
Dude, you are kidding. That's awesome.
I am killing it, aren't I? I mean, that is something pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, do you know much about the Grabovoi or what the numbers are?
No, I literally barely know anything about the Grabovoi numbers.
Well, you've looked up and you've watched my TikToks, right? And that
yeah, I've seen a few.
Yeah, my TikToks have blown up with these numbers, and it's pretty amazing because there is such a thing as a Grabovoi generator, which you can go and kind of put your feelings in. It's like, oh, my arm hurts, so you put in arm hurts, and it will actually generate a Grabovoi number for you to constantly talk about.
So you can pretty much find a Grabovoi number for anything?
Oh, absolutely, yes. So, I mean, it's just whatever you think you need. And so the Grabovoi numbers just pop in there, and we do great. Grigori, I'm going to say his name wrong, Grigori Grabovoi, was a Russian scientist and clairvoyant. He was a doctor of physical mathematical sciences, doctor of technical sciences, and, he had his academy. He was pretty amazing. I mean, he did a lot of things. I mean, he was his medicine. He was in law. He was, had a lot of knowledge that came from we don't know where.
So he kind of just channeled all this stuff, or
yeah, yeah, exactly. He was a member of the New York Academy of Sciences, and so him having mathematical skills, such in a sense, even on the lines of Tesla and that, who had a lot of mathematical skills and that. He came up and decided that, hey, I'm going to do some pretty extraordinary things with these numbers and that. So I just kind of want to give you a little bit of background on Grigori. Is that all right? Huh?
Yeah, for sure. I want to know more about him.
Right, yeah, because he's my age.
Really?
Right. You would think this guy would be some
like ancient.
Absolutely ancient alien guy, that came in here and it's like, he's dead already, and now he's predicting the future from the past, Mm-hmm. But that's not who he is.
So he's still around?
Yes, he's still around. I don't know. I haven't gotten down to it because I've heard so many different stories about what happened to him and everything else then. But yeah, he's still around, and it's pretty amazing. I just want to read something that's on the foundation, the Grabovoi Foundation. That this is from them. This is on their website. That it says, since the age of 5, Grabovoi has revealed an out of ordinary intelligence, as well as multiple natural gifts like clairvoyance and remote vision, and have also favored him in his work as a researcher, showing the solution even before the problem. Showing the solution before, that's kind of amazing. I mean, but in the scientific world, that's very uncommon.
Super,
But for spiritual people, we always are looking for, so hundreds of people also claim that with authentic testimonies that they have received a precious remote diagnosis from Grabovoi, as well as healing from very serious terminal diseases such as cancer and AIDS. But there's also news of numerous cases of total reconstruction of organs.
Really?
Yeah, already surgically removed, and even real post-mortem recreations. He's been able to use these numbers to generate help for many people. And I mean, that alone is pretty amazing, because I've dealt with some the Reiki doctors of Reiki, and that they come up with divine healing codes, which is numbers, also. Angel numbers, Doreen Virtue's angel numbers. There is so much out there that people do for these numbers, and it's kind of amazing that to find Grabovoi using these numbers.
Yeah.
I don't
It
know.
sounds like he just creates energy, like completely, like just out of nowhere,
I-
just
I-
create stuff.
Absolutely. I think you're right on that. Right on that, because it's important that we are be able to create. And I think with his mathematical skills, I think that's what he does, is he created all this stuff.
So he used his like clair gifts and his genius mind basically and put it together.
Absolutely. I mean, we're sitting over here kind of struggling the concepts of, how do we use numerology within a certain idealism, and how do we use, our abilities in different ways. And he comes up with this number thing. How
So
crazy
he
is
just
that?
magically, automatically knew how to do all this stuff and just kind of put it together.
Well, exactly. I mean, he has bridged science and spirituality.
Yeah.
Isn't that the craziest thing?
Yeah, he sounds like the plug that connects both of them.
Absolutely. So think about that. If we can take the idealism of spirituality and the idealism of the science and be able to bridge that gap, I mean, that's amazing. I mean, there's some really cool ideas that, I don't know, just
Yeah.
this, it's all about self-healing, physical regeneration, immortality. He even talks about immortality.
What do you think about that?
Immortality? I don't know, honey. The verdict's still out on that. How's
Okay.
that? I'm not really sure if that's something I really want to focus on,
Yeah.
my immortality, because I'm ready to go at any time now.
Yeah.
Awkward
Yeah.
silence. I'm ready to go anytime. Yeah.
Yeah, accepting it is good, And I feel like I'm kind of surprised that somebody as deeply involved in the spiritual realm would be digging for something like immortality. You know what I mean? Because you don't really hear a lot of spiritual people talking about that because they don't really believe in death. So it's just kind of like I've literally never heard any spiritual person bring up that concept. So it's just kind of interesting that he decided to try and figure that one out when most people that are connected don't really focus on that.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense whatsoever. So he is a pinnacle identification of what I've been talking about lately, is what used to work no longer works, but this works. So I used a certain number, and I'm not going to give it out right now, but I used a certain number to actually create wealth, right? And I did a TikTok on it. And I had like 200 followers when I did this TikTok. And as soon as I used this new number and I put the number out on my TikTok and everything else in that, it went viral. 20,000 followers on one video. 20,000.
Crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Crazy.
So this stuff does work. It's I just don't know. I mean, where does it lie on this principle of life that we have already have going on? Where does this sit with you?
Where does the whole concept or...
Yeah, the whole concept.
I think that I've been actually looking into manifestation a lot. And I think that it's one of those things that that you really just have to believe in and want it to work. Because I see people like ask you, like, why isn't this working? Or how do I do this? You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm honestly really not sure why it works for some people and why it doesn't. But what I've seen and what I've heard and read is that you have to be in alignment with it and like believe in it. You know what I mean? So people who haven't like cleared themselves and aren't ready for what they're asking for aren't going to get it because it's not where they need to be right now, and I don't know if it can surpass that. And I mean, I think it can, but it's just one of those concepts that I feel like varies a lot because it is magic. You know what I mean? It works like in crazy ways and it's a miracle, So it's just the kind of concept that it doesn't work sometimes or may not work or quote unquote people think it might not work very rarely is just kind of, I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to me. It doesn't make sense,
Right.
But I believe that anything can work and I believe that everything works. And I'm going to put that out there because I really, truly believe that we create everything. And I feel like if you use the numbers and you truly believe that it's going to work, it will work, because I really just don't think it won't. Like, That's just my own perspective. That's just me. I've seen doubters and haters, but like for me, everything that I've believed is going to happen has happened. So I really feel like if you just wholeheartedly believe in yourself and trust in the universe, and you trust in these numbers and just don't allow any doubt to get in the way, and just know that it's yours, I feel like it's totally going to work. And especially if you use these numbers, because they're super powerful. So if you use them as like your little power boost for what you already have inside of you, it's going to amplify it, and everything's going to come together.
Absolutely. I agree 100% because, you know, we have a certain abilities inside of us that we set limitations on already. You know, so I'm just open to anything right now. It's like, show me the way, you know. But it also comes down to the idea that just because you haven't seen something doesn't mean it's not there. We can't really tell you what it looks like until we've seen it ourselves. So that's some of the reasons why we can't see past our own hand or whatever else in that, because we don't set ourselves up to be able to see things, you know. When I first started seeing the other side, basically, and that I shut it down. I didn't want to see it. I mean, because it was something I didn't want to see. So I didn't. But I know what it looks like now. And so I know when I see it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You have to see it. It's like you don't know what purple looks like unless you see purple.
Absolutely. Until somebody explains to you what purple color is. And then it's like,
or like a McDonald's, if they've lived in Africa, they're like, what are you talking about? You know?
Africa doesn't have McDonald's?
I don't know. I just assumed that. Well, not Africa. Okay. I mean, like... I'm just picturing. No, I mean like the.
Do you think people don't live in Africa?
No. I mean like yeah, my bad. That was poorly worded. I was just picturing like the areas of the world where they don't really have access to urban things, you know, like big cities. Because I know that some people are like, what are you talking about? Like some places don't have fast foods that we have, and they'll have different things. And like in Europe, they have different foods than we do. So I was just thinking places that aren't like as developed, you know what I mean? Places that have fewer giant cities and aren't as populated as America.
So that's pretty interesting, sweetie. I like that. So I'm from South Dakota, right? So let's just use that for instance. There's a lot of things in South Dakota that we have that when I moved to the city here, that it's like, what? You don't have that here? You know, like a Taco John's. Yeah, everybody has Taco John's, you know? And there for a while, and then I know people that never had Rocky Mountain oysters. What kind of face was that? That was a yummy face. Rocky Mountain oysters are yummy.
Okay, I will take your word for it.
She's not buying it, I don't think. That's pretty weird. So we're having a lot of fun with this, okay? So, and I told Andrea we're only going to do like a half-hour podcast to get back into everything that. So I thought, why don't we throw some? I pulled up the Grabovoi generator, okay? And I decided, let's look at some of this stuff, okay? So, Andrea, what would be a number that, I mean, something, an ailment that you would want a number for?
Maybe headaches.
Headaches. Okay, so I'm going to type headaches in here. And the Grabovoi number is working. And here your Grabovoi number for headaches is. You ready? It is 481 8543. 481 8543. Keep saying that over and over and over in your head and see what happens. And that it's going to go away. Is that cool? I love that.
Yeah.
All right. So headaches, that was the number for you, 481-8543. So how do you use this? Okay, so now this is interesting. We have a number. How do we use it? Do you know how would you use it? Using that big brain of yours, how would you use it?
Well, I mean, you just said to say it over and over again in your head, so I'm assuming say it out loud or write it down or something. Yeah?
Say it until you memorize it. 481 8543 481 8543. Keep saying it over and over and over in that till you memorize it and then focus on what it is for. It's for your headache. Okay, so it's headache, release, let go. I see it breaking up. That's how I see it, crashing and breaks up the headache then. Some people actually write that number 481 8543 and put it in their wallet and carry it around and everything else. But after the headache goes away and that, what happens to the energy?
It leaves, right?
Well, you're still carrying around the number, correct? And so what you don't want is what you get back. So if you focus on headache, and that, you're going to get the headache. If you focus on the number, you're going to lose the headache. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So just focus on the number
Yes,
instead of the headache.
absolutely. Yep.
Gotcha.
Take 2 Grabovoi numbers and call me in the morning.
I like that.
You like
hey,
that?
that's better and less expensive than medicine.
Oh my gosh. I'll take this over it. So some of you don't know that, but I got into a little bit of an accident. So in this accident, I got some big time bruises. So let's put in bruises and see. Oh my gosh, how do you spell bruises? BRU.
ISES.
There you go. Oh, maybe that's. It's not coming up for some reason. No such. There it is. I finally found it. Sorry. So for bruises, okay, I haven't done this yet but I'm pretty well bruised, and if you can see, my whole left arm is bruised up. It's pretty crazy, man. And that's for another podcast. The story.
Okay.
What happened.
Story time later.
Story time later. Yes. So for bruises, which this kind of cool is, 456 916 707, and you can't say you got to say 0 with the Grabovoi numbers. Okay. So here it is again: 456 916 707. I already feel my bruises going away.
You can already feel it going.
That's just like,
I like it.
456 916 707.
I like that. That has an interesting
Kind of
energy to
nice
it.
flow to it and everything else. It's about bruises, so it's like
Healing,
flowing, healing. Yes, it feels so healing.
Dispersing
inside.
the energy.
Dispersing the energy. I love that. That's it's dispersing something. It's like a shotgun shell, just blowing that energy up to us. I'm very, 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 very impressed with that. Very good. Wow. So this is interesting. So one of the popular ones is money. Now there's different money ones and everything else and that, but from the generator, this is the number from the generator for money. 964 9130. 964 9130.
I wonder why that one's shorter than the other ones.
I don't know. That's kind of weird. What is there something that you? I mean, does there a feeling with that?
It feels a little bit more less. It does, like the first few numbers, they felt more helpful and like light. This one feels more direct, like you're claiming something. Like the other numbers felt a little bit more like they're your little assistant, like helping you, like a nurse kind of, like they're making you feel better.
Right.
Yeah, this one feels like you're taking charge.
Right, there's no bedside manners with this one.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, I'm doing this. Like there's no energy. It's like coming, it doesn't feel like it's just.
I don't know. It doesn't feel like that other one. Do you remember that other one that we did? I did?
The headache one?
No. The Grabovoi number for money.
No, I do not remember that one.
Well, it's really interesting number because I haven't used it for a while, but it's pretty dang cool number.
Really?
Yes. Would you like to know it?
Yeah, I would love to know it. I'm hooked.
Are you hooked on this? I got, that's funny is because when I first got into it, I got so hooked on this and I didn't know what to do with it. You know, I just was like, oh, I'm a little hooked here.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I'm finding that there is so much more to these Grabovoi numbers than ever. I mean, I can't wait to be part of the foundation, because that's my thing, is that I wanted to be part of the foundation, the Grabovoi Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And with this email they sent me, hopefully that I will get to be part of the Grabovoi Foundation. You know?
Yeah, you got that too.
I know, isn't that? You go, Rod. You go,
Heck
Rod.
yeah.
So it's really interesting is I had that number right up here, and now I have to dig a little bit further in that to find the number.
Maybe this one's better. Maybe
Well,
this one has decided that it's time for you to use this one,
That's
since you've used that one
interesting.
before.
So I found the number though.
Fresh.
Yeah,
Ah,
fresh.
okay, good.
Fresh. This is a number that a lot of people use. That it's 520-741-8. 520-741-8. 520-741-8.
I like the way that one flows. Like, I like the pattern on it because it
Yes.
just ends with the 8.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It feels like a period, like it's
Yeah.
finishing and
Well,
it's done.
Right.
Like,
In infinity, you know?
oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
It's interesting because it's kind of like putting it out there in infinity number, you know?
Mhm.
It's like, so you got the 520, which is a great frequency, by the way. 520 is a great frequency. And then the 741 frequency is amazing also in that.
Mhm.
And then you set the 8 as the universe, and there you go. You got this whole stinking
Yeah.
thing put together.
Mhm.
So there you
I
go.
like that one better. Yeah, it feels more university.
It does, doesn't it?
Mhm.
It has a very nice universal.
Mhm,
And then,
yeah.
so I want you to fill this. Okay, so we're going to say the number again: 520-741-8. Okay, fill it.
Hmm.
Okay, and so let's go back here to the other one, which was 964-9130. Which one feels better to you?
The first one, it feels like it kind of aligns itself with you.
Absolutely. So what if I told you this, that it's strength in numbers? Dun, dun, dun. Do you know what that means?
Strength in numbers,
Yeah.
as in the numbers themselves, or multiple numbers?
Well, strength
Like
in
more.
numbers as the number themselves. So
Uh-huh.
so let's say everybody's focusing on the 520-741-8 number, okay? And a lot of people are putting that out there. They're focusing on that number.
Mhm.
And let's say that while they're focusing on that, they have 10,000 other people focusing on it.
Mhm.
That means that there is an energy focusing on one specific thing.
Mhm.
The more energy that's focused on it, the larger the energy.
Uh-huh. So that means the better it's going to flow to you.
Absolutely. So, yeah. So the more we get it out there, the more people see it, the more people actually put, this out there, and that, the better it is.
Uh-huh.
You're going to be scrolling through Facebook, and all of a sudden you see somebody on Facebook say, I can't tell you why, but please send prayers to my family. I can't tell you this because please send prayers.
Mhm.
Well, if we're sending energy to something, then that there's something that has to be kind of more specific. What am I focusing on my energy? Where am I sending my energy at? It's interesting is I took a kind of a vote on some people, and I says, hey, when somebody says on Facebook, please send prayers or get the Reiki people out there and send energy in that.
Mhm.
What do you think? Do you send prayers to them?
If I feel like I should, but
Right.
50-50.
Yeah, but where's it go?
I mean, I try to send it to whoever wrote it, you know? I just think, okay, I'm sending prayers to them. I don't know where they are, but I'm like, okay, I will try, you
Right.
know?
So Joe Blow looks at you and says, send prayers. Okay.
Where?
Exactly. Where are we going with this? Where's it going? What is the direction that this has to go?
Mhm.
So let's send prayers. To where, though? To the universe? The universe is going to go,
What do you want me to do?
Exactly. I'll put it in the file cabinet over here. And as soon as I figure this out, I'll come back to you. And that it's like, oh, that goes to Joe. All right, let's send it to Joe. Oh, Joe's dead.
Too late.
Too late, you know. So we got to be a little more specific on where we're directing this energy at. You know, Reiki goes to where it needs to, right? And that's the whole concept of this. But if we're saying distance Reiki and that, we have to be a little more specific in where we're going with it because, you know, don't get me wrong. I love energy work. I think energy work is amazing. But sometimes energy work is bipolar. Shiny keys. What? What was that? It may get distracted. It may get sent somewhere else. I mean, you know, it's not dumb. But on the way, let's say it passes Joe Blow's brother and he needs some help. Oh, let's stop and help Joe Blow's brother, you know? We just want to focus it more. Instead of a shotgun blast, we want to be more of an arrow point and say, this is for you. This
Send
love
it with intention.
energy is for you. Intention. That's the whole key. It's intention. Send it for intention. So, anyway.
So specificity is important.
Oh, say that word again. That is quite the word.
Specificity.
Specificity. I'm just going to use that. Specificity. I can say that.
Got a lot of syllables.
It's got a lot of syllables. Yeah. Wow. I like that word. That's actual
I haven't used that word in a while.
I'm going to start using that word. That's kind of cool.
It's fun to say.
It is.
Got a lot of
What's s? I don't know what s is.
like sis, the sis
Sisses?
sounds,
Oh,
the S's.
see,
Specificity.
I'm not all up on this jingles you guys have. These things, these words, special words. I'm not into that yet. I don't know why. So, first and foremost, and that after we got finished this great podcast, thank you so much, honey.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. But I wanted to let everybody know we're sitting inside. Wait for it. The Reiki Academy.
The Academy.
The Academy. Setting in Phoenix, Arizona, off of Cave Creek. What a beautiful, beautiful place here in Phoenix, Arizona. It's a little warm today, but you know what? All's good.
And it's cloudy.
And it's cloudy, yes. So there's got a lot of changes that's going to be happening to the Reiki Academy. We have some really fun ideas on things that we're going to be putting together. And, oh my gosh, just wait for it. And Ed, if you want more of these Grabovoi numbered podcasts, then let me know. And send me a message. Let me know what you really, truly want. You want Andrea to be on my podcast more often? Let me know that too. And or you want me to just kick her to the curb? Let me know that. I doubt I'd kick her to the curb.
I mean, you never know.
I don't know. Speaking of that, oh my gosh, I did not know that there was such a thing as whisper work.
What is that?
It's when people whisper about things and they make certain noises. It's a thing.
It's a thing?
It's a thing.
I don't know what that will be used for, but okay.
Okay,
to each his own.
I watched on TikTok a live of a lady doing the whisper thing, and then she ate lobster.
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 Just for any reason, or
Right.
like?
No, so you could hear the noises of her chomping on the lobster.
Oh my god!
Seriously,
you know what? I
it's
feel
a
like
thing.
that has importance somehow, but just the concept sounds ridiculous.
How is it important?
I have no idea. It sounds like it would do something, like I don't know. I mean, if that's your thing, ASMR kind of stuff, I think that's kind of gross, chomping on stuff. But like, I can't really see the appeal. But I mean, if somebody has fun doing it and thinks that it works for them, I mean, send it. But like, I'm not going to be watching that.
Oh, absolutely not.
I don't want to be watching.
No.
Gross. Ew. I don't even want to picture that.
I'm sorry. I just thought
No,
I'm
you're
I'm
fine.
not judging anybody. I mean, that's each to their own. I mean, seriously, there's
Yeah.
no judgment here. I just didn't realize it was a thing.
No, I didn't know it was a thing either. That's kind of funny.
It's just I guess I get out of my own. I don't know what I get out of, but anyway, I'm not there.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, whisper work, I feel like would be a kind of obscure concept to pick up on. So I don't think anybody would just be like, oh, whisper work. That sounds amazing. Let's Google it. Just randomly think about it. So I think you're okay on that one.
Today on Whisper Work, we have Andrea. She'll be drinking a chai latte.
Amplify it so you can hear it clearly.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. So since it's 30 minutes, let's wrap it up. Wrap it up. It'll be a 30-minute podcast. I'm excited about the Grabovoi stuff. I'm excited about we're back on the air. Oh my gosh. All these excitement stuff. We have a lot of stuff coming up. Check us out on ReikiRod.com. That's ReikiRod.com. We have tons and tons of stuff coming up here. Watch out for some classes that you probably have never heard of before. There's going to be some really cool stuff that we're coming up with, and that the whole attunement class. Have you heard about that?
The axiotonal or
Yes.
whatever. Yeah, that's a big word.
Axionos and that dimensionalization.
That sounds so cool. Yeah.
It is.
I've
but
never
there's
heard of that kind
huge
of stuff.
words. I'm probably going to have to go look up these words and put it into words I can pronounce.
Abbreviations and
Right.
stuff.
But basically what it really means is the axios of who we are, the dimensional. It's just really cool. So this is going to be a cool class. I mean, I really think that it's going to get into more to cryptology and that, and understanding cryptology of why we do have cryptologists and what cryptology is, like Bigfoot, and everything else and that. And if you can't handle my sarcasm, get off my unicorn.
Pretty much.
So that's the whole concept. We're going to have so much fun with this, and I'm very excited about it. And I'm going to, we're going to just run with it. And I mean, there's going to be a lot of different classes that is going to be here. If you want a class that we haven't put out on there yet, Andrea and myself, then let us know, and we'll get a class put together and put it out there and that for you guys. Let us know what you like. If you have questions that you would for Andrea or myself or anybody in that you'd like me to do a podcast on, or Andrea and I do a podcast on, just let us know too. So I'm excited about it. ReikiRod.com. Check us out. Check us out at the Reiki Academy in Phoenix, Arizona here. Maybe a Reiki Academy will come to a home near you. Who
Coming
knows?
soon.
Coming soon. Yeah, we got some surprises coming. So have a great, wonderful day. And remember, you are loved and I am blessed. Have an amazing day, dear. Thanks for being here.